Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Abducted and taken to Arkansas. A 5-year-old boy is back in Metro Detroit tonight after being taken several states away. The person who took him appears to be his own father. We're glad you're with us at 11. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. As Jacqueline Francis shows us, dash cam video captures the moment police pull the 5-year-old Pontiac child from the car.
This is a case where the boy's father had come back into the picture after being absent for most of his life. Police say that when the mother wasn't looking, the dad took off in her car with their child inside. Now, thanks to GPS technology and police working together across state lines, that boy is back home.
I got eyes on it.
900 miles from home, Arkansas State Police helped reunite a 5-year-old boy with his mother. It started outside their home in Pontiac. Police say the boy's father reappeared in their life wanting to see his son. The parents argued, and the father, Daniel Ono of Houston, allegedly took off with her car and their child inside.
Yeah, it's one of those worst nightmares, obviously, for a parent, and especially concerning to us is he hadn't been involved in the child's life at all, and how much, care and concern does he have for the child.
All right, I'm getting savvy.
The car's GPS allowed police to narrow in on their location, Little Rock, Arkansas.
And that's when they contacted the state police where the car was tracked and moving, and they jumped right on it.
All right, I'm going down. Should I line them up?
You can see Arkansas State Police gently boxing in the car. Their first priority, making sure the boy was okay.
Hey, you're okay, partner. Just hang out, okay? You're doing a good job, okay? Car park! Car park!
Once out of the car, you see the troopers distracting the little boy as police placed the father under arrest. The boy and his mother were reunited that same day.
Well, I think everybody took a deep breath and was super excited to have that concluded safely.
Investigators are in the process of extraditing Ono back to Oakland County. Reporting in Pontiac, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Jacqueline, thank you. We are awaiting test results surrounding the mysterious chemical spill in Warren's Bear Creek. The Environmental Protection Agency believes it came from a now defunct industrial business. Officials believe the spill happened when a frozen water pipe burst in the building. Crews from the EPA are still cleaning up the spill. We'll, of course, keep you posted.
All right, let's get a check of our weather situation here after a day of record-setting temperatures. Stunning for February.
A live look at our sky cam pointing at the Detroit riverfront. Let's get over to Brett in for Kim Adams tonight with a look at the forecast. Brett.
All right, the record-setting day is all but in the books, so now we look ahead to some changes starting tonight. A couple of quick passing showers, midnight 1-2 a.m., but that's about it. It should be out of here rather quickly. Then temperatures are going to be back closer to where they should be this time of the year for next week. Low 40s, even some upper 30s for highs. And then with the colder air, a chance for a rain-snow mix returns. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Tomorrow, a busy day in downtown Detroit. Canucks in town to take on the Red Wings at 1 o'clock at LCA. Temps in the 40s, kind of a partly to mostly cloudy sky, a little breezy as well. Down the road an hour later in East Lansing, Illinois hosting Michigan State. Should be quiet there. And then back at LCA, 8:30 p.m. is the duel in the D. 40s falling into the 30s. Partly cloudy skies are expected. And again, still breezy with gusts over 20 or 25 miles per hour. We've got colder temperatures and again that chance for a rain-snow mix back in the forecast. We'll talk about it in just a bit.
All right, Brett, back to you in momentarily. Prosecutors are pushing to add Oxford High School students to the witness list for the trial of James Crumbley. New court filing shows they would like to have 2 teenagers who were wounded in the 2021 school shooting take the stand. Crumbley's attorney is objecting, saying their testimony would inflame emotions. She also says Crumbley will be on trial for what happened before the shooting. It's not clear if the students are going to testify. We await a ruling on that. Crumbley faces 4 counts of manslaughter, just as his wife did. She, of course, found guilty earlier this week. James Crumbley goes to trial March 5th.
A Michigan native has been identified as one of the U.S. Marines killed in a helicopter crash in California earlier this week. Captain Miguel Nava from Traverse City was among those killed while flying from Nevada to the San Diego area on Tuesday. It's unclear what caused the crash, which occurred as a winter storm brought days of heavy rain and snow to Southern California. The 28-year-old leaves behind a wife and 6-month-old son.
He was just so compassionate and so determined to help others out. We did some staff reflection this week, and the stories of him going into classrooms on his own time, both in the high school and in elementary school, mentoring some of our young kiddos. They thought he was the greatest because he was so tall, and he was, the stories were just endless of who he was.
A moment of silence was held before a basketball game tonight at Captain Nava's old high school to remember him. An investigation into the crash is ongoing. Crime Stoppers of Michigan offering a reward to help solve the murder of a Detroit liquor store clerk.
Thayer Dado was shot and killed while taking the trash out of the business. Happened last Saturday in the area of West Chicago near Manor. Investigators say Dado had several men trying to steal his car. One got away in the red Hyundai with silver rims and front end damage. A spokesperson for Dado's family says they want someone in the community to please come forward.
I'm hoping somebody will reach out, and I hope they catch him, man. These guys really need to be in jail because they did it once, they're going to do it again.
Crime Stoppers offering a $10,000 reward for any tips that lead to an arrest. You know the number, 1-800-SPEAK-UP, and you can remain anonymous with any tips. A big deadline in Michigan for voters ahead of the presidential primary. Last day to register to vote online or by mail is Monday. That's February 12th. If you miss Monday's deadline, you can register to vote in person by going to your local clerk's office. That'll be through Election Day. If you're using an absentee ballot to cast your vote, you can fill it out and return it to your Dropbox location by 8 p.m. on Election Day. We've posted information on the 2024 Michigan primaries. Just head for the Decision 2024 section of our website. Click on Detroit.com. The NFL is giving us a first look at what the footprint for the NFL draft is going to look like when it makes its way to Detroit this April. It stretches all the way from Ford Field to Hart Plaza. It's going to cover a ton of ground.
It's going to be nice, too. As Mara McDonald shows us from downtown tonight, the Detroit Sports Commission is, of course, in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, but the next big marquee event is the draft.
I want to give everybody an idea of how big the footprint is down here. So when the draft rolls into town, it's going to take up this entire area around Campus Martius. Where if for Christmas you have all the little shops and the lodge, all of that, all the way down here to Campus Martius, and then go down Woodward. You see the countdown clock over there? It's going to extend all the way down Woodward to Hart Plaza. After the Super Bowl, an army of NFL staff will head to Detroit to begin the preps for the draft, which takes place April 25th through the 27th. And the renderings it put out today, well, they look pretty swish. The first gives you a bird's eye view of how big the event space actually is. The footprint extends from Campus Martius and then down Woodward to Hart Plaza. There will be multiple stages and exhibits in each part of the footprint. The Detroit Sports Commission recommends downloading the NFL One Pass app and registering. Virtually everything in the footprint is free. However, in order to get into it, you need to register. That app is your ticket inside. Meanwhile, in Vegas, the Detroit Host Committee has been extremely popular. With all eyes on the Lions this season, it's put Detroit in the spotlight.
Everyone that comes by our booth, they were rooting for us. And, Dallas has been America's team, but there's no question about it. Over the past few weeks, Detroit is now America's team, and that's really exciting. I think the opportunity that we had as a city to have those national broadcasts during the Lions playoff run, there's no question that it really amplifies the draft for Detroit.
You cannot help but compare and contrast the preps for this draft versus the Super Bowl when it came to Detroit in '06. Back then, millions of dollars was being spent on, trying to camouflage buildings that were blighted and empty. This time, what a change. And all the money that's being spent, it's really going towards magnifying the beauty of the city. We expect a lot of new art installations to pop up before the draft rolls into town. We're in Campus Martius. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.